Okay, guys, we gotta take care of this crisis on our hands.
It's bad.
It's looking really bad.
So, we got some Volta Live action, and they are a concert company production. They got some amphitheaters, and as we know, they've had a controversy in the past. 2016 was pretty nasty for them,
Yeah.
and so they created their new system. It's supposed to be built for safety. It was the stage safe.
Safe stage.
Safe stage?
Yeah.
Safe
Safe
stage.
Oh yeah, that's useful.
Safe stage is on your side. Yeah. And yeah, it's their program that they created to combat issues like how they had in 2016. But here we are today. So we were hired by Miss Sandra Obi. Sandra Obi. Love her.
Yeah.
Known her since college. She's
Right.
great. Yeah, we go far.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So Sandra, she's been telling me some things. Some things are crazy out here. As we know, Diane, she is not with us here today.
Yeah.
She is gone.
She's gone for how much longer?
About an hour and a half.
Oh right, yeah. Okay.
An hour and a half.
That's-
Yep, she flies in.
That's right.
Hopefully, if she lands well, it'll be good. But she's returning from a conference in Chicago. Not sure if she knows about the situation.
Probably not.
Probably not. We should probably inform her. But yeah, she's been with the company for a very long time, which is very important to note because she was here following their big controversy in the past.
Yes.
And so, yeah. Who wants to go over the horrible, horrific
What
event that happened today?
So what happened today was such a horrendous experience for a lot of the concert goers. So basically one of their sections had previously been flagged by floor inspectors prior to the show, still knowing that they approved it to, you know, go on. And so during the show, one of our staff members noticed that a barrier was wobbling and did not contact us or did not contact the company involved, and so 20 minutes later the barrier collapsed, leading to 14 people being injured in that section, with 3 just recently being transported to the hospital, 1 with a serious leg fracture and 1 with 2 with lacerations. So this is not looking good for them.
Yikes. And we got Tommy. He's on the scene, and it's not looking good. So he does like operations on the scene. So he was like there the whole time, still there, and it's gotten pretty messy because a few minutes ago we had a reporter who showed up, and guess what? How we had a supervisor who just had to yap it away. And so the same supervisor, mind you, that did the inspection wrong. So it's not looking good for them. So what are we gonna do?
We're gonna have to figure out how to communicate this to the public in the most appropriate manner possible.
And fast though.
And like immediately,
We already have a reporter on the scene, and we
yeah.
don't want them to be
She's been
yapping. We don't want them to be
Right.
saying, because like she could be talking to who knows who. She could be talking to some random Joe, and he could be telling her something that's not even true. So we don't want misinformation. We don't want her story. We don't know what she's writing down. We don't want her story to be out. And for all we know, she could be like she could work for 60 minutes for all we know and be cooked. So we need to figure this out. What kind of crisis are we
working with. This is definitely a preventable crisis, and so we need to take responsibility for the situation and make sure that we're addressing it as it has happened. And
What makes this like not like a victim crisis?
I feel like for it to be a victim crisis, we would have had to not have our own staff involved in it, and a couple of our staff members were very much in the know of what could have happened if they had not let the concert go on, or communicated
I
better.
also don't think this is something that can be like out of our control because we put the safety measures in place, so we should be honoring them. them to just like turn the other way is like not. It doesn't classify us as victims.
That goes against their entire company's policy.
Yeah, and they have a good reputation.
They do have a good
Yeah, for
reputation,
this.
so we don't want them to suffer because a couple of their employees were negligent in that situation.
Kind of same with accidental, where it really isn't an accident because the staff was aware that this was going to happen, or this was something that possibly could happen. So it's not accidental, it's definitely preventable. So we gotta take accountability.
Yeah. So, how can we do this? What do we do? How do we? Of course, our time is taken. We gotta get going with this, and as we know, we got like. I think that makes it more difficult is that the company's like entire brand is like built around
Safety.
Yeah, exactly. Built around them trying to not only like fix what happened in the past, but also they've built since then and rebranded themselves as like a very safe company for this type of stuff. So when there's an incident like this, how are we going to frame this? How are we going to enter it and set the narrative here, especially with the time that we have? How do we want to approach it?
I think the biggest would obviously be to rebuild and bolster. Obviously because there was people that were hurt and because we were aware that something was wrong and we didn't fix it immediately, it's like totally on us. Image
Also,
repair.
we've had similar crises like this in the past. We really need to treat this as a more serious event, especially given how many people were injured in this. That number's ridiculous to not make it a point to make this as serious as it is.
It took like 15 people. Luckily, no lives lost. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely like mortification with it. Like image repair, we really need to focus on like just making sure the company doesn't take that big of a hit with everything that happened, and then framing it in a good way where, or not in a good way, but in a better way than what the public would frame it as. Especially since people are already talking to reporters and reporters are already on site and stuff, so
Posts are probably getting sent out.
right,
across the
and concert
platforms,
goers and stuff, so
Yeah.
definitely taking accountability.
That would be the best.
So we have 4 framing functions. We can like define, we can diagnose, make moral judgments, we can suggest remedies. How do we want to approach it? What do we think would be likely the best? All of them? None of them? Just what should we do? I'm thinking like it's important to define it to a certain extent because like we have to call it out for we have to call it out for what it is, right? We have to say the situation, define the responsibility, and like also diagnose the problems, which is like at the same time we don't really have like details yet. You know, it just happened, and we need to make this statement pretty fast. So
Super
we
quick.
can't. I feel like it would be important to have like our framing to be kind of initial, reflect like the lack of information that we currently have, and go based on that. You guys like?
I agree.
I think that would be the best.
Yeah, because it's like you said, a developing issue. There's no reason in seeing like being very final in what we say because we don't know all the information.
We need to wait and use the information we have right now to the best of our abilities when communicating to the public.
Yeah.
And when other things come out, then we can address those as they come because we can't just be like all over the place. We need to make a statement now.
So in our statement, we can't say exactly what happened because
We don't
we
know.
just know a situation did happen.
Yes.
And we do know that there's people who are injured. And so I think when we think about it, how we would go about making our statement, do you guys have any ideas of like who should say the statement?
Who was the VP of operations again? What's his name?
Tom.
Oh, I think because the CEO is she's still away, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Currently.
she's in the air.
So we don't have any access to her. So we're going to have to go to the next person possible. And I don't know, I've heard some mixed reviews on Sandra. So I feel
Hey,
like
I've known her for a long time.
I just
We used to get Starbucks together.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I just personally also I heard that Tom was already out talking to the public already.
Yeah,
So
yeah, right.
he's the
Yeah, he
face
was on
of the
ground the whole
company
time.
now to them.
He's been there the whole time.
So,
He
I
does
think-
operations. He's the VP of operations. So he's like,
Honestly, I think he would be the best person to go and make a statement because people already know his face and they probably see him as more trustworthy in that sense because they know who he is. So him putting out a statement tonight, maybe saying something along the lines of like, we're still investigating the situation. We'll notify you guys as soon as we have any more information. Something along those lines, I think would be for the best because we still don't know all the information. And we're gonna need to, you know, use it as it comes. So for now, I think just putting out a simple statement and reframing it to the best of our abilities right now would be like for the best. So
Especially because he was there the whole time, so he has like that kind of credibility of like he was there, he has the authority since he's the VP.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely think
Yeah.
he's great to put
Yeah.
out the first initial
and he's there
statement tonight.
immediately too.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Familiar face on the ground. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's a good idea. I think we can definitely get him involved, especially because there's like a lot of responsibility on him for running the event. But also like, I'm a bit concerned about what we're gonna do later on when things do progress further, because like the initial statement can only be
Right.
initial, and for now until things progress. And so I'm thinking we can have him be the say the statement because Diane isn't here yet. But
Right.
how can we utilize her when she is here to help with this messaging and our framing and like help reinforce that? And so that way,
Yeah.
when she does land, we can plan a statement with her. So that way, it can give progress updates and show that there is care being put into attention. That this is a serious attention that we are serious situation we are putting attention to. That's the sentence. And so I think we should think of also a way to have that initial statement and then also Diane's statement.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I feel like for Diane, because she's still currently on the plane and she's not gonna be aware of the situation until she gets off, we should give her a little time to like analyze the situation, and once more information comes out, then we take more of the sympathetic tone in our letter and we actually address the situation like directly versus in the first statement we're gonna be a little more indirect in like what we know because we don't know as much as we will once more things come out.
Yeah.
Right,
So
yes.
I think we should wait a little longer.
I think as for Diane's statement, we should also try to do it within the 24-hour frame.
Right.
But Tom's should be very immediate because as all you guys have said,
Yeah.
he's on the floor, he's there, and so he's like the best spokesperson to speak about this right now.
Yeah, because that reporter's she's yapping away. She's bad. She got a journal and everything.
So
For Tom's statement, are we releasing it on social media? Like sending it out to reporters? What do you guys think?
I think
Like a statement.
Volt they should Volta Live, they should post it directly onto their Instagram page and all their other
X
social
stuff,
media
yeah.
platforms.
For sure.
So yeah,
To directly set that frame
yeah,
to reach the
the right audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, the right people, because people are gonna be checking on our Instagram, I'm sure.
yeah, I agree, and I think we should also have my good friend. We should send her out to the reporters to
Oh,
give her give them
Right.
the press
Sandra.
release too. We'll have Sandra do her thing. Sandra, I love her. We used to get cake pop at Starbucks.
oh,
She's
right.
I used to buy her coffee. She would buy me a coffee. It was a great
Wow.
relationship. And so I can give her the press release. She can pass it around to the reporters, and hopefully the reporters will include that as part of their story because now they have a statement from us, especially if we get it out in time. Because
And she's the head of communications, right?
Yes,
Director of
yes,
communications, so they're all going to be reaching out to her anyway. So
Yeah,
she definitely needs to stay in the loop and know what's going on and why we're making these decisions
Yeah,
and
exactly.
everything.
Yeah, I wish she was in her room with us right now.
So why don't you buy me coffee ever?
Well, the only issue is like Sandra. She's the reason we're here today, and the only reason that we're here today is because
Yeah,
I
but you
know
would have
her.
known that. Like,
I'm
years
building
ago.
connections with her. We can have coffee another time. You know what? I apologize for never getting you coffee. I will mortify that one day.
Okay. Got it.
Okay,
Yeah.
So, okay.
But there's
well,
people dying, Kim. There's people dying.
Okay, let's get back on
Yes,
topic,
yes,
guys.
We need to write this.
lock in.
So
Yeah.
it's 10:15. At what time do we think we want to release Tom's statement?
Soon.
Super
Very
soon,
soon.
before
Yeah.
it gets out of hand.
Probably within an hour, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I know we ain't getting that reporter ain't getting no copy done in the next.
Right, yeah.
Next
Especially if
time.
she's still like on the grounds trying
Yeah,
to talk
exactly.
to people. I think
Exactly.
the sooner we
Oh,
just
yeah.
put anything out.
And what is she
the
gonna do?
better.
Just post fake news and get canceled?
Right,
for it?
yeah, yeah.
So maybe like 10:45ish, we have
Yeah.
it ready and like ready to release.
Mhm.
And then we'll just that'll be like the more general statement, and then
Yeah.
we can focus on creating like a better statement for
And then
within the next 24 hours.
yeah, I like that. And then Diane's, when should we try to go for that one?
I think we should definitely try to do that one pretty early in the morning. I think maybe before like 8 a.m. when people like wake up and watch the news. This way the news has already broken, and then it can be reported on the news, so people like will like if they check social media they will already know.
Yeah.
And then if they watch the news they'll like gain more information. But it's better than just throwing it onto them right as like the morning news is developing.
So
Right.
maybe like maybe like 6 a.m.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that would be a
That
good time.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Maybe we should send it out a little earlier to the press so that they have it when
Right,
they're
yes.
announcing the news too.
Yeah.
But then we post it on our pages or on their pages at 6 a.m.
Yes.
Sharp. Okay.
Guys, there's a problem.
What?
So Sandra hit me up. She said it's not coffee related. That's how you know it's bad.
Oh.
You know it's bad because she
Oh.
said it's not coffee related.
Shoot.
So Sandra was telling me, y'all, this is bad. So there's a big viral tweet happening right now. So apparently, some of the families of the victims they contacted the lawyers and now they're also posting on social media and the hospital, like taking selfies with the doctors, and, like
Wow.
the IVs and their casts and stuff, and they have like a whole chant going on. We're going viral. It's bad. We got hundreds of thousands of interactions.
Are
We're
we
getting canceled.
screwed?
It's bad.
Oh,
It's bad. It's bad. She told me I won't get coffee anymore if I don't figure this out now. So we gotta get it. We gotta get it together, you guys. So this is a concern because we had that statement go out earlier today from our good old VP, but now we got a problem. How are we gonna fix this? What are we gonna do? How are we gonna? Because Diane's statement's supposed to come out in a couple hours.
Well, we
And-
definitely need to reframe it because
Yeah.
this video that just came out is kind of showing the public that we knew what was happening,
And
that
we're
the
being
staff
careless,
members
yeah.
were neglecting the
was sad.
situation. And so the public's gonna frame it as we knew and we didn't care. And so Diane's statement now has to be reframed into a way where we do care and not, just reframe
Yeah.
the
And not-
situation.
Those of us that those of them that were in power at the time were not aware, and
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
if they had known, they would have done things to prevent it. But due to the carelessness of those employees that didn't, communicate to their management team,
Mhm.
those employees need to, face the consequences of their actions and will be.
Yeah,
And definitely take accountability.
Yeah.
I think it's good Diane is gonna be saying it though
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
she's a good spokesperson for this because she's been here, especially from that previous crisis in the past.
Yeah.
And also, I think it's good that we can get ahead of this also because we can have a response that also does continue to show that we care about the situation, and that also we're adapting still to the news as well.
Yeah.
How would we approach like the company itself taking responsibility?
negligent, and then like the positioning or the roles that we're gonna take with them afterwards, to ensure and make future customers know and feel safe that that's not allowed at Volta, and that we're taking all the measures to make sure that people like that don't work at the company.
Yeah, we need to make sure to mention that we're going to put more requirements on when they're doing the checks
Right.
and the shows, and make sure that they're actually being, thoroughly followed through, and it's not just like, not lazy, not being avoided, or being swept under the rug. Like, we don't want issues like this to happen again. So we also need to tell people in our statement that we are going to be putting in steps to make sure that we are going to be having all of the steps done during the checks, and especially for continuing to build up their trust in us. I think that's really essential.
Right. Yeah, she also needs to show empathy to the people who were injured and involved in this.
Yeah.
So something along the lines of our hearts go out to everyone involved, and we're gonna take care of them in a way, like make sure that they're good.
Probably a reimbursement or something.
Yeah,
that has to
something
be
like
made
that.
to them as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think it's really important to mention the emphasis also on that careless employee, because not only now are they on video doing it, but also it also shows that the people who were higher up with the company did not do it intentionally. It's because of another employee. Yeah. Would you guys say it's still preventable as well for the company?
For the most
I
part,
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Because they should have
entirely
taken-
preventable. I mean, they could have hired a better company to
Do the checks.
do the checks.
Mhm.
So, I mean, it kind of goes back
Yeah,
to
we could have
just-
hired more people as well. Yeah, we should
Yeah.
probably mention that in the
Or
series,
better
like, we
background
should
checks or
Yeah, we
something.
should.
Yeah.
Have the people also on staff that could fix the barriers, things like that as well.
Yeah, I think that was the major problem, was that they were in a rush to get it done, and so they didn't have a replacement. They wanted the concert to go on. They didn't want to wait, push it back 30 minutes. So
So if we're gonna be doing like a counter framing, how are we going to approach it? Because we have this viral social media tweet, and it's trending. We already have our statement on social media,
yeah,
and the reporter already reported based on what we sent. So should we go about it the same way, or should we change our approach? What do you guys want to do platform wise?
maybe just putting it out there that there wasn't, because I think was that hashtag, did it say Volta new or something? Was
Yeah.
that
That's the trending phrase.
the truth of it is some of our staff did know, or they at least had some idea, but for the majority of us, we had no idea, or they had no idea what was going on. And so knowing that we could make that a point, this wasn't something that was fully, everyone was fully aware of, and if they had, obviously they would have taken the measures to prevent this, but because of negligent staff, that is what caused it. And we can also put out a statement saying that, whoever was involved in that will be, talked to, and will investigate that situation, and if it ends up being that they need to, depart from the company, then that is what will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys think we should address the lawsuit in our response? Or should Diane, or should she stay away from that and just focus on the main?
Yeah, I think she should stay away from that.
Yeah.
Cause we can
The whole
They-
point
they
is
said
to
a lot of
discuss
things,
that
yeah.
on their own.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
But in the statement, we don't even need to bring that up. We don't need to bring light to that.
Okay.
That's not something that I think is important to discuss further.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the timing of her? Should we change the timing at all?
I think we should keep it.
Keep it?
I
Yeah.
think that's a good
Keep
time.
it at
Give
6.
them a little time. Everyone's gonna have their own opinion of it, but once we put a statement out, they'll still have the ability to read that and see that we are making moves to
Better the company.
change.
Yeah. And like I said, I think she's a great face for this, because she's she's had previous situations, and she's picked up the company from its previous
Yeah.
similar issues. So
And we've already set the first frame, so I feel like her response will be taken in a lot better.
Yeah.
Rather than after, if we had said nothing and then they just heard news from the reporter and then from her.
Yeah, and it's like within 12 hours of when
Yeah.
anything even happens. So
Mm-hmm.
we've done a lot of hard work in setting the frames
Yeah.
and taking accountability, especially with this new state we're in. That's
Yeah.
maybe I'll get more coffee.
Yeah. That's good.
You can join us.
Oh, right.
It'll be glorious, and y'all can join too. I mean, you know, everybody can join. I just have to let her know.
So we pretty much have everything
Yeah.
taken
Yeah.
care of.
Have a
You
good
guys-
plan.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get paid
Alright.
either way. We're got these
Oh,
guys.
we got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hope this works out. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
good job, team.
Volta did not
Sounds
know.
Okay.
Bye, Kyle.
Bye, Kyle.